So this impression, I don't know if you can see it, it has holes in it. And the reason why it has holes in it is because the person who made the mold didn't tap it. So when you get the mold and you have your impression there, it's really important that you add maybe half a tablespoon and give it about 10 taps. When you're tapping it down, you're releasing the air bubbles and making sure that those air bubbles pop. So you're really popping those air bubbles when you're tapping it down. And then you add a little bit more and you pop it another 5 times, and that's going to allow more air bubbles to pop until you finish making it flush to where it goes all the way up to the top. But once you get all the way up to the top, you can add the remainder, and you don't have to continue tapping. It's really important that you get those first taps. You can actually see the air bubbles rise to the top, and you can watch them pop. So that's the reason for
Let's do
the
one.
tapping.
Let's do a bad mold.
Okay.
Because of course, starting off is not gonna. You might don't have a perfect mold, so we want to do a bad mold so you can actually see how it looks with a bad mold.
So I'll go ahead and do a bad mold. So the first thing I'm going to do is always I'm going to wear some gloves. So I'm going to grab some gloves. You can get any type of glove, latex preferred. If you're allergic to latex, you might want to order your own gloves so that you can have something. So then you're going to start off with the white puffy powder, and you're going to grab a stick. If you add too much water to this, it's going to be so consistent that it's actually going to drip out of your tray. So if you get puffy powder and you mix with water and it starts to drip out of your tray, you go to put it in your customer's mouth and it's dripping onto their shirt, you put way too much water in it. But if you put too little water in it, it's actually going to not become creamy. So that's the consistency you want, right in between that. It takes about, like Butter said, it takes about 30 seconds to cure. And once it reaches that curing rate, you're gonna have to throw it away. So you want to get it nice and mixed up before it cures, and it takes about 30 seconds to cure.
So look at you gotta do it again. Top this time.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm mixing it up, and I would say it takes about 10 seconds to mix. Ask your customer to get ready. Can you pull your top lip up? So we're gonna do the top lip.
So what I was explaining, the first time, if they bite down and they're not actually biting all the way so I can be able to receive the whole gum lines, then I would ask them to hold their lip then, because usually someone, everybody's mouth shape different. So, some people have short mouth, someone have, big mouth.
So what happened if they don't hold their mouth and then they take the mold? What's gonna happen?
It's not gonna be it's not gonna take, because we cannot make a grill without the gum lines. And
it's not going to grab the whole gum line.
It's not going to grab the whole gum line.
So one good way to grab that whole gum line, you ask your customer, hey, open your mouth, pull that top lip up, and then you put it in, and then grab the whole gum line. If they're opening their mouth like this,
right, you're not receiving, correct.
You're going to get half their gum line.
Correct.
So what? Hold the lip or don't hold the lip?
Hold the lip.
Every time.
Correct, because you won't be wasting your materials every time.
So the lip hole, make sure you get your lip hole game right. Open that mouth.
Open that mouth. So yeah, definitely do that. You definitely do not, as a customer, do not want the customer to have to keep biting over and over, because that might be have them out patient. So you definitely want to make sure you be persistent with whatever you do, because you want to be in and out with your customer. You do not want to have to ask your customer over and over to bite down.
And you have to replace your materials.
Yes.
All this material costs.
Yeah, you're paying a lot of money for your materials, so you definitely do not want to be practicing with your material. So I think she's ready.
So, like Butter said, the way you know if it's ready is, you see that? That means it's cured. It only takes about maybe 30-40 seconds to cure, but we gave it some extra time. You use your napkin. Sometimes there's drool, right?
Baby, oh yeah, she got a good bite.
So right now you can see what we're looking for is, like, I call it the top of the mountain. You want to make sure each, at the top of each tooth, there is a peak, so you can see the entire gum line. If you're missing the top of any of the mountains, that means you got a bad mold. and that means you have to do it over again. Let me see your teeth. She got some short little teeth in the front.
But it's perfect.
Yeah, it's
good
perfect.
mold.
Good mold. All right.
So yeah, you rock harder.
So yeah, the rock hardener. I'm gonna use some of the old rock hardener. So the rock hardener, its curing time is a lot slower. So you don't have to add as much water to it. If you add too much water to the rock hardener, it's gonna get really liquidy and it's really hard to work with. Then you have to add more rock hardener. But the consistency is it should not drip off. So if it's dripping off like too much like that, if it's running off of your spoon, you know you have too much water. So you should make it thick enough to where it doesn't drip off. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you saw Butter actually made his a little while ago, and it was still
So what are we doing now?
So I'm tapping it down about 10 times, maybe a little bit more, but I'm taking all the bubbles. If you were a little bit closer, you can see there's like little black bubbles popping up to the top. Those are air bubbles. If I don't do that, then it'll be like Swiss cheese. When you cut it through a piece of Swiss cheese, it got little holes all throughout the block. That's what your mold is gonna look like. It's gonna have holes all through it, and that's gonna that could cause inconsistency and make your grill your mold not be usable to make a custom gold teeth.
You do not want that.
And you don't want holes in your grill. You took all this time to make a beautiful mold, then you want to make sure you get that tap down right. I'm even going to tap down the second one till I get all the way at the top. So now it's at the top, and you can see that you can't see any of the gum line. And at that point, I no longer have to tap. I'm just going to kind of use the excess to fill it in. And you might say, how much do I have to put on there? You can just cover it up at the top and fill it in and use all of the excess. And give it a little wobble, wobble, shake, shake, bam.
There you go. That's your mold. And you give your 4 hours, 3-4 hours, and let it hard up. You got you a mold. So it's the rundown. You want to make sure the puff powder, rock hardened, breakdown. Now the same box you guys are going to receive. You're going to receive distribution kit. You have your price list, different designs. Have any questions, make sure that you're writing down your designs and we can understand your designs when you send it in, because that's very important. You do not
show them the middle part to show them the middle part.
Where?
On the paper. So if you look in your kit, you should have gotten one of these sheets. On the top is a breakdown of all the ingredients in the kit. In the middle, there's a written description of what we just did here. So I would take time to read through this, and maybe if you're not a visual learner, you might be a literal learner where you can read something and understand something a little bit better. And so take a look at that, and Butter was going to kind of show y'all about the book.
Yes, just showing you wanted to show you the different. You have the different designs. So you take your time. If you have any questions, you call to ask a question about the designs. Make sure you write your designs down correct. And then I would say, me personally, while I'm actually molding up my customer, I'm giving them an opportunity to look over their designs. So it's like a step by step. So we start off with the puff powder. Once you're doing the puff powder and you're preparing them to bite down into that mold, you're getting your rock hardened ready next. Once you get your rock hardened ready, then you're letting them look through your designs, the book. Let them take their time to find the designs they really like. Once you finish that, then you make sure that everything is correct. Make sure you have your designs. Make sure your mold is correct. Do not let the customer leave without the mold is actually correct, because then you have to have them come back again, and then that's more time. So definitely take your time when you're doing this. You have invest into yourself to be very, very professional, and hey, take over. Yeah. So, and look here, you got the kit. Me and Tate have just broke it down to you.
Did you read my list? Finally, to wrap it up, make sure you get your money. And that's a wrap up.
So this was just the moral of the story is, Get this money. It's free money. All you have to do is take your time and stay focused. You see it? Grills on wheels.